Last offseason, Raptors fans campaigned for Giannis coming to the Toronto Raptors, but in reality this year, we actually got a different Antetokounmpo brother. So in this video, we're going to cover what Raptors fans need to know about this player. Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans to Amateur Hour Sports. This is a channel where you get NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors at least 4 days a week. That is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. This is your Friday episode where we're talking about the Raptors signing Alex Antetokounmpo. So if you like what you see from today's video and you want more of myself talking about the NBA and the Raptors and videos and content just like this, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're on our road to 7,000 subscribers. It would really mean a lot if you did give us a subscribe and check out all the other videos we come out with Raptors content. So let's get down to business for today's video, talking about Alex Antetokounmpo. Apparently, the Raptors are going to sign this player. By the time this video comes out, maybe it will be official, but at the time of recording, it's right now about 12 o'clock. It's about noon, so not quite there yet, but by the end of the day, maybe Alex Antetokounmpo will be a Toronto Raptors player. But all the emerging reports suggest that this is going to happen. So this is a year after Raptors fans were campaigning for Giannis to come to the Raptors. I made multiple videos about it. Those videos did quite well, where I said this would be a great destination for Giannis to come to build up and try to go and win a championship, because I didn't think it would happen in Milwaukee. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. I was easily proven wrong because, well, guess who the defending NBA champions are? But regardless, the campaign was there from Raptors fans to bring in that player. Giannis would have fit, I still believe, would have fit tremendously well with the Raptors. Ultimately, it didn't quite materialize. I'm not going to be too salty about that. But where we're at this offseason is we're in a little bit of a rebuild mode, and the Raptors, have been consistently signing these 6'8", 6'9", two-way guys with big wingspans, with lots of athletic upside. And guess what? I think we just found another one here in Alex Antetokounmpo. And this is the fourth and youngest brother out of all the Antetokounmpos. The other three obviously have their NBA rings, but this is the fourth one. And there honestly isn't really a lot to talk about, but I'm going to give you the breakdown on the things that you need to know about this player and what you can expect from this player in his time with the Toronto Raptors organization. So for starters, it's hard to really decipher much statistics about this guy. He did actually just win the Summer League championship with the Sacramento Kings. He only played in 3 games along the way, averaging about 3 minutes per game. I don't believe he put up any points in any of those 3 appearances, but nonetheless, he was on the roster, the Sacramento Kings roster that did win the Summer League championship, and now the Raptors have clearly identified something about this player that they want to bring in. The 3 things that they've probably identified about him, well, size, athleticism, and, well, his name. So the Raptors are bringing him in. They're probably going to bring him on some sort of G League contract. So based on any sort of assessment we've seen about this player, there isn't really a lot of tape, isn't really a lot of film to go off of. Based off of the assessments that we have seen about this player, he's about 20 years old, by the way. So, plenty of room to grow over the course of his basketballing career. But what we know is that he is the best shooter of the 4 brothers. He's the best shooter. Giannis right now is shooting like low 30s in the NBA. If Giannis gets a real 3-point game down, it's over for the entire league. I mean, he's already good enough to put 50 points up in the closing out game of the NBA Finals, but imagine you got a shot. Regardless, Alex Antetokounmpo is the best shooter of the 4. So what does that really mean? Well, we are talking about the Antetokounmpo brothers, who typically don't shoot very well. So to be the best of that doesn't really reveal a whole lot, but it is safe to say that he is the best shooter out of all of those brothers. So we combine maybe some sort of shooting with a mixture of he's about 6'8", maybe trending towards 6'7", 6'8", but he's got the wingspan, he's got the athleticism, it kind of runs in the family, and maybe the Raptors just want to see what they can get out of this player, what he can do maybe with the Raptors 905. Now, as somebody who has already put down a deposit for Raptors 905 season tickets, this kind of excites me. Maybe he won't be the best player, maybe he won't be that good of a player, but I think it'll just give an entertaining aspect to go and watch this player play and see what he can really produce. And to see it live is going to be a great experience for myself. And, as somebody who's going to be reporting about all these games on my amateur TV channel, I think it's going to be a great experience for a lot of people, and especially for this brand. But regardless, Alex Antetokounmpo coming in, I don't think is really going to shake the foundation of the organization in any way. All you're going to get is people like myself kind of clickbaiting Antetokounmpo coming to the Raptors in their thumbnail, in their titles, but really there isn't much to say about the player. He's a good shooter apparently out of the four when you compare him to the other brothers. He is athletic, he's got the wingspan, and the Raptors are a team very much known for finding those diamond in the rough, hidden gem sort of players. Maybe they're trying to find one here in Alex Antetokounmpo, but I really think a lot of this is down to his last name. Because you saw what Giannis has produced in the NBA. So maybe if you can harness the skill set like that, maybe if you can harness the ball handling and bulk him up a little bit, maybe you can just find something out of that. And I think that the Raptors, when it comes down to finding these diamond in the roughs, a lot of it does come down to scouting, but I think a lot of it as well goes to finding a certain type of player that they like to work with. And maybe they'll try it out with like 3, 4, 5 guys a year. And if one of them pans out, then we can celebrate. But obviously that does come down to the development team getting the most out of these players. And it's very difficult to gauge potential. That's why every year, every draft class has its bust. Every draft class has its busts that go in the top 10, because even though the potential is there, it's hard to have the foresight to see what they can produce in their NBA career. And it's equally as difficult to harness the potential that they possess. There are so many factors that go into being an NBA player beyond just your skill set. There's the mentality, there's a psychological aspect, and so much more. So the Raptors are trying to find something here with Alex Antetokounmpo. Maybe just the DNA, the genes within the family, maybe they can sort something out with this player. Maybe they can find something that nobody else would have expected them to find with this player. But any sort of process with Alex Antetokounmpo is going to take a long time, because really there isn't a lot of high-level basketballing experience. I just think the Raptors just want to try a little bit of an experiment here to see what they can get out of this player. Ultimately, if anything comes of his NBA career, I think it's going to take a while for him to really break through in any sort of prominent role with a team. But again, it's hard to comment. So I think we're going to take it step by step here. Let's bring him into the team. Let's put him with the G League. Let's put him with the Raptors 905. The 905 have been very successful over the last few years in producing talent. He's going to be playing with some great coaches around him. He's going to be playing with some great talent around him. Guys like Delano Banton, maybe possibly even Freddie Gillespie dropping down to the 905. But Delano Banton is going to be, I think Delano Banton is going to be kind of running the show with the 905 for the season. So having somebody like that to play with consistently, having, just good examples all around you, and just being in that high level NBA setting. There are a lot of players who can bring their game up to the level of the players around them. So maybe having him within the system with all these other players is just going to aid him in getting anywhere to the next level. I don't think that we can really draw too many conclusions out of the Raptors signing Alex Antetokounmpo. I just genuinely think, I don't think Masai is salty that he didn't get Giannis. I don't really think he's trying to turn Alex Antetokounmpo into Giannis at all. But I think just Masai Ujiri and whoever has a good relationship with the family to begin with. And honestly, it's probably not really Masai the one going hard on getting this player. I just think that Raptors scouts have seen him. Raptors scouts have just identified that maybe this is somebody we can work with. It's really no secret that Raptors, they have their style. They have their style. They have their 6'8" guys. They have their 2-way guys. They have their athletic guys. And these sort of players, maybe they can develop into something better. If they can, it's a very low risk, high reward situation. If anything comes out of Alex Antetokounmpo in terms of an NBA output, then that's a big success. You got a guy for almost nothing, and you are getting an NBA talent. If he doesn't really work out, and you got to release him, you got to waive him or whatnot, then it doesn't really matter. You just kind of go, all right, that didn't work out. Let's see what we can do next. It's a very low risk situation. So I don't think it's any sort of PR stunt. I don't think it's really them thinking they're going to find the next Giannis here. I just think it's the Raptors development team very simply have identified that maybe this is something that they can work with. Maybe this is somebody that they can get the most out of and get them to levels that they wouldn't have even expected themselves were going to be able to get. Because Giannis obviously is a 2-time MVP. He's now a finals MVP, an NBA championship, all that. But if you look at his brothers, they don't really share the same sort of talent in him. I mean, Thanasis Antetokounmpo playing with the Bucks, he really doesn't do a lot. I know he had some games on course to winning the NBA championship, but all he was really there for was just kind of hyping up the crowd and having a little bit of energy in a 1 or 2 minute cameo in a game. Kostas Antetokounmpo, he's an NBA champion as well, but I don't believe he got any minutes with the Lakers en route to that playoff championship. But regardless, just because they're the brother doesn't mean they have as much talent. I think their name keeps them relevant in the league. When they play for the Greek national team, they honestly don't get a lot of minutes there really either, so they can't even go play in other leagues. There's just not a lot of talent there. And we'll see if there's any more with Alex. But Promising thing, he's the best shooter. So can you provide some sort of nurturement in terms of harnessing his athleticism in order to get to the rim, get some easy buckets in a mix with that shooting? Can you find something? These are all questions that we don't have the answer to. But what you do need to know is that, everything I've listed here, he's got the shooting, he's got the size, the athleticism, and he's got the best development team in the NBA behind his back. And ultimately, we can't say definitively what it means right now, but time will tell on this player. It's interesting. I'm excited to see how it's going to work out. So what do you guys make of the Raptors signing Alex Antetokounmpo? Is it just Masai salty he missed out on Giannis? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, because that wraps up for me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are still here, be sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy. Really goes a long way to helping the channel reach some new viewers, that YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe to this channel for more NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors. The links around me right now, the Amateur Clips channel, the best highlights from our Twitch streams. You can also check out Amateur TV. We just put out a vlog, as well as Raptors fan interviews that we did downtown Toronto. Other video you may enjoy, and always remember to keep it locked with amateur sports. At the end of the day, believe what I say. If you disagree, that is okay. We'll see you again next time for another video.